Warrior, gather your heart and listen closely, for today we delve into a concept that may seem like a weakness, but is in fact a profound source of strength: the power of vulnerability. In a world that often champions strength and stoicism, it is vulnerability that allows us to connect deeply with ourselves and others, to embrace our humanity, and to forge bonds that withstand the trials of life. Imagine standing at the edge of a precipice, overlooking a vast chasm filled with the unknown. This chasm represents the fears we often associate with vulnerability: the fear of judgment, the fear of rejection, the fear of exposing our true selves. Like Icarus, who soared too close to the sun, we often worry that revealing our vulnerability will lead to our downfall. But I challenge you to reconsider. What if instead, it is the very act of embracing vulnerability that allows you to soar? First, recognize that vulnerability is not weakness, it is courage. Just as Kratos, the god of war, faced his demons head-on, both literally and metaphorically, so too must you confront your fears and insecurities. When Kratos lost his family to his own blind rage, he was forced to confront the pain of his past. It was through this confrontation that he began to understand the depth of his emotions. Vulnerability, therefore, is an invitation to be courageous enough to face your inner struggles. Consider the mighty Hercules, who undertook his 12 labors, not just as feats of strength, but as journeys of self-discovery. Each labor tested him, challenging him to confront not only external monsters, but also the fears and doubts within himself. Much like Hercules, when you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you embark on a journey that reveals your true strength. To practice this courage, take a moment to reflect on a fear you have been carrying. Write it down and acknowledge it. By facing this fear, you reclaim your power. Next, let's explore the significance of connection. In the story of Atreus and Kratos, we see how vulnerability opens the door to authentic connection. Atreus' struggles to understand his identity and his feelings of inadequacy were shared with his father, creating a bond that transcended the challenges they faced. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you invite others to do the same. Think of the warmth of a campfire, where people gather, sharing stories and experiences. The flames flicker and dance, but it is the openness of those gathered that creates an atmosphere of trust. Consider the tale of Orpheus, who ventured into the underworld, risking everything for love. His vulnerability in expressing his grief for Eurydice allowed him to connect deeply with the gods of the underworld, showcasing how vulnerability can forge powerful bonds. To cultivate this connection, practice sharing your feelings with someone you trust. It could be a friend, a family member, or a mentor. By opening up, you create a safe space for both of you to explore vulnerability, deepening your connection and understanding. Now let's talk about the power of empathy. When we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, we invite empathy into our lives. Think of Hades, the god of the underworld, who often faced misunderstanding and isolation. By showing his true feelings, he was able to forge deeper connections, even with those he initially pushed away. Vulnerability invites others to meet us in our struggles, fostering compassion and understanding. Reflect on the myth of Prometheus, who defied the gods to bring fire to humanity. His vulnerability in challenging Zeus showcased the strength of his conviction and the profound connections he forged with mortals. When you share your vulnerabilities, you create an opportunity for others to do the same. Consider this: when you see someone else being vulnerable, how does it make you feel? Did it inspire you to share your own story? Empathy is a bridge built on shared experiences. To cultivate this, engage in active listening. When someone shares their struggles, listen without judgment, allowing them to feel seen and heard. This practice not only strengthens your relationships, but also deepens your understanding of yourself. Next, let's embrace the idea of growth. Vulnerability is the fertile soil from which personal growth sprouts. Just as a seed must break through the soil to grow into a mighty tree, so too must we break through our fears to blossom. Remember the tale of Persephone, who was taken to the underworld but emerged stronger, embodying the duality of life and death. Her journey teaches us that through darkness comes light, and from vulnerability emerges strength. Consider Dionysus, the god of wine and revelry, who embraced the joys and sorrows of life. His followers were known for their ecstatic celebrations, but also for their deep introspection and vulnerability. They acknowledged their weaknesses, transforming them into a source of empowerment. To practice this growth mindset, challenge yourself to step out of your comfort zone. Whether it's trying something new, sharing your story, or confronting a fear, each step into vulnerability is a step toward growth. Keep a journal to document your journey. Reflect on the challenges you faced, the feelings that surfaced, and the growth you experienced. This journal becomes a testament to your evolution, reminding you that vulnerability is not a destination, but a continuous journey. Let's not overlook the importance of authenticity. In a world that often encourages masks and facades, vulnerability invites you to strip away the layers and show your true self. Like Odysseus, who journeyed through trials and tribulations, revealing his true character in the face of adversity, you too must embrace authenticity. Think of a sculptor chiseling away at a block of marble. With each stroke, the true form emerges, revealing the beauty hidden within. The story of Athena, who emerged fully formed from the head of Zeus, represents wisdom and authenticity. She embodies the idea that true strength lies in embracing one's inner self. To practice authenticity, identify the roles you play in your life, whether as a friend, a parent, or a professional. Reflect on how you can bring your true self into these roles. Consider sharing your thoughts and feelings honestly, even if it feels uncomfortable. By doing so, you pave the way for genuine connections and experiences. Finally, remember that vulnerability is a strength that enhances resilience. Life will throw challenges your way, much like the relentless waves crashing against the shore. Yet, when you embrace your vulnerability, you build resilience, allowing you to rise stronger each time you fall. Picture the story of Theseus, who navigated the labyrinth with the help of his thread. This thread symbolizes the connections and insights we gather through vulnerability. When you face adversity, remind yourself of the lessons learned from your experiences. Create a mantra that resonates with you, such as, "My vulnerability is my strength." Repeat it in moments of doubt. Just as Theseus found his way through the labyrinth, you too can navigate life's challenges with clarity and purpose. Moreover, consider the tale of Pygmalion, the sculptor who fell in love with a statue he created. His vulnerability in expressing love for something that was not alive ultimately led to the statue being brought to life. This teaches us that when we embrace vulnerability and allow ourselves to express our true desires and feelings, we create the possibility for transformation, both within ourselves and in the world around us. So, warrior, as you stand at the crossroads of your journey, remember, the power of vulnerability is your greatest ally. Like Atreus and Kratos, embrace your struggles, share your truths, and allow your authentic self to shine through. Your journey is one of courage, connection, growth, and resilience. Go forth with an open heart. Embrace the power of vulnerability and let it guide you. The world awaits your truth, your stories, and your strength. Stand tall, rise up, and let your voice echo through the realms. For your vulnerability is not a weakness. It is the essence of your humanity, a source of infinite strength. Your journey is just beginning. Make it a powerful testament to the beauty of being truly, unapologetically you. As you embark on this path, remember that vulnerability is not merely a one-time act. It is a lifestyle, a commitment to authenticity that will shape your journey. Embrace it fully, and watch as it transforms not only your life, but the lives of those around you, creating ripples of courage that echo through the ages.